Good morning, everyone. Marla Copal, your online success guide. And many of you are still considering becoming entrepreneurs. And many of you are going, oh my gosh, I don't even know how other people do it. So wherever you are on that spectrum, I am your success guide if you decide to do business online. And it's quite an adventure. It's one I love, and I learn from the people that I help. So here's an interesting situation that came up today. It's not specifically about online business, but it is about a client that tried out a product. And I get a text this morning, and what it says is, well, they had this result. What's the problem? So I went into two different explanations. First was, what was the positive that was noted? So what results came about? It turns out they were higher and better. The problem was just an irritation. How do we handle that? So I thought back to all those times that I myself, because I was a property manager, and man, everything's a problem, right? It's like the dishwasher doesn't work. There's a fire in this kitchen. There's a flood here. And so I was overreactive and responsive. But what my team did at the end is we celebrated our response times. We celebrated all that worked well. And we knew we didn't have control of the problem, but we did have control of how we managed that problem. So let's back that up. When in our lives could we celebrate the good before we talk about the bad? And I was reminded of this yesterday as I was taking a video training. And all the times that this process of tell me three things that are working or that are good before you tell me the problem. Because actually by setting your brain up with those three good things will help you come up with a solution that's maybe going to feel easier to implement. It will work smoother, and your confidence will be up because you know what you're doing is you're not having to give service to this person or help them understand this product. You're not going from 1 to 10. You're taking it from an 8 to a 10. That's such a great reason to use three positive things first and then solve the issue. So we go at things with less urgency. So for instance, let's say we gave someone a vitamin and they had a tummy ache. Well, what did they eat just beforehand? So let's talk about this vitamin that they got questions about, and they said it gave them a tummy ache. You say, well, how many days ago did you take that vitamin? Did you notice anything good? So you've been taking it 5 days, and today you had a tummy ache. Did you have a tummy ache the other 4 days? So what you want to do is come back and say, tell me about 3 good things that happened in those 4 days. Oh, wow, I had better energy. And how was your sleep? Oh, my sleep was really good. And what else did you notice? Well, it was like, I just wasn't stressed those 3 days. Okay, so today you had a tummy ache. It's day 5 of taking these vitamins. What did you have for lunch? Well, then they tell me they went to Taco Joe's. Well, I can't help it that they went to Taco Joe's. Now, answers aren't always that easy, but I want you to understand that when people are complaining to us, it is not necessarily something that we have to fix. We have to hear. We have to listen. This person at this point in time has some form of discomfort. Don't identify it as, oh, the product didn't work. Don't identify it as it's broken. Oh, God, never should have done this. I hope they like me some more. It's just a problem that they noted, or it's just an experience, and it's not even a problem. So I remember all the times that I had to use that in the classroom. I used to train sales and service people, and oh my gosh, when we had to do a new software implementation, I was the person they put in the classroom. Couple of reasons. They all knew that I didn't really feel comfortable doing systems, but I would troubleshoot to the nth degree to find the problem, because I had 20 people in my classroom at any one time that were frustrated that they were losing work time at the desk that they still had to make up after the training. And they were coming in with total distrust of anything new. And I had the thick skin to be able to handle that. I also had a rule in the classroom that I know this is going to be uncomfortable because you don't know what you get to give up off of the old system before you put this in new. So right now, you feel like your lives are going to be busier, not better. So I get that feeling, and I get the uncomfortableness of change. So as we're going through the system, which they always implemented too soon, it was broken. We'd always talk about, before they could tell me what was broken or didn't work, we talked about what did work. So the whole class had to come up with 3 things. And let me tell you, that was like being a dentist pulling teeth. But they came up with 3 things that worked. And then we went into, well, where was the breakdown? It's not broken, but it obviously had a breakdown. Good morning, everyone who's watching. So try to do this with your kids. Try to do this with your team members when you're coaching them on a new business. They're nervous. They're nervous Nellies. But always, if we can get to the 3 things that are great, then the problem begins to solve itself. Because part of the problem, I would say over 50% of any problem, is the perspective we have on the problem. And if we can see the upside and then just find the chink in the brick wall, the little thing that needs to be fixed, touched up, tweaked, tuned up. And if it's a person's impression of something, it's the same thing. That may just need to be reframed, refocused, re-energized around the positive. So there's no right answers for what we perceive as problems, but there are great approaches to those problems. So if you're someone who finds yourself intimidated by doing business because you don't want to solve the problems that people bring you, maybe we should have a conversation. Maybe you should find out that, hey, life can be easy, and I'm a troubleshooter, and oh my gosh, there are some days I'm so glad people do not see my reactions to what comes in at me as a problem. I'm glad I have quiet time to manage it first and go back at it second, because it's still an effort to find the good before the bad. But I highly recommend it because it brings sanity, it reduces stress, and it brings more enjoyment for what you've chosen to do as your life profession or your current entrepreneurial enterprise or your current network marketing enterprise. So just so you know that you can all connect with me if you like. On March 22nd, I am starting a 14-day study group so that you can get more yeses in your life and that you can learn how to post for profits. And in this process, part of what I'm talking about today will start to occur for you. So if you like those details, you just have to let me know. You can find me at Marla Copal on Facebook. The notice is there. You can comment, send me a message, put a comment in this video. Everybody, I'm here for you. I love life. I love helping you find solutions, but I more importantly love helping you find the good. And then we'll just touch up the bad. Talk to you soon.